Please join me in welcoming Malam Garba Kurfi. Malam Garba Kurfi is the Managing Director, APT Securities and Funds Limited. APT Securities and Funds Limited is a trading license holder of the NGX. Malam, happy Father's Day to you.
Yes, the same to you.
Okay. And also join me in welcoming Haruna Kibira. Haruna Kibira is the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of Global View Capital Limited. Also, Global View Capital Limited is a trading license holder of the NGX. Haruna, happy Father's Day to you.
Happy Father's Day.
Let me put the first question to the two of you. I want to hear your opinion, Malam, because you are the eldest here. You have far more matured kids than Haruna and myself. I'll also be putting the question to you, Haruna. Malam, good fathers buy stocks for their children. True or false?
It's very true.
Good fathers, Haruna, build inheritance for their children in the capital market.
That is very true.
Then why is it that the market is not moving the way we expect? Because in the last couple of weeks, we have seen the market just like dancing Makiba dance or Makuza dance, trying to go up, struggling to survive. Particularly last week, we could see that the Ultra Index of the NGX was down 2.68% market capitalization, down 2.67% volume, down 48.61%, deals down 7.58%, value down 41.04%. The number of, I think, if I'm not mistaken, since the beginning of this year, of course, I've not taken time, I've not noted such, but this, my eyes caught this, that only 13 equities moved, gained in a whole week on the NGX, as against 29 that gained in the previous week. And that's why you see 55.17% variance. And then the number of losers actually increased. So last week, there were 51 losers against 13 gainers. And the number of gainers last week also was higher than the number of gainers in the previous week, where it lost. Where there were 36 equities that lost. But I'm not ended. I'm still going to say some things. So there is no hiding the fact as we speak that the market is under pressure. So what we should be doing is to ask ourselves, that is according to me, my view, in my opinion, what we should be doing is to ask ourselves what is really the issue, or what the issues are that that are troubling the market now, so that we can know how long these issues will remain. Because the global market, generally, as we speak now, the global market is coming down. I still monitor the American market, the UK market, the Asian market, every market that you can think about, you can talk about, is coming down as we speak. And global analysts are predicting a global recession as a result of what obtains now between Russia and Ukraine. As we speak now, it is not only the central bank in Nigeria that is increasing rates. Rates are being increased by even the Fed, the Federal Reserve Bank in America, and the Bank of England. Everywhere rates are being increased. Everywhere across the globe, inflation is skyrocketing. So these are not just restricted to the Nigerian market alone. So there is a need for us to keep tab precisely on what is ailing this global market and our market. We know what period this might be in the market, so that we will know what we should do. All right? And then, as we look at the market, we are going to be looking at the gainers. Okay? There are just few that are trying to remain strong. So, what are the issues with the market, and how do we position ourselves? Malam, let me start with you. There was no result last week, and I can tell when there are no earnings report, the market really doesn't have food to feed on. The market gets hungry.
You see, I have never come to this program and have a loaded question like today. Because it started with the father. Why are we not there? Fathers should be responsible. How do you be responsible? If you own a business, don't remain as a selfish person. You own it all. Today, we have seen a testimony that those who own a big business, because they refuse to visit the capital market, they are no more. Everybody know that at a time, Kabo was shining. At the time, Chanchangi Airline was shining. Where is Concord? Where is Adetula of Ibadan? All these business, they are late, and the family can no longer even have something to hold.
That's true.
I advise fathers, be responsible, share it with this. I believe you. For the Dangote decided to get it listed, for the board decided to get it listed, today every one of them control not less than 70 to 80% of their holding. But we don't pray. Even if they don't exist, the company will remain.
Yes.
And the family have a way to ventilate. Because even the twins, one can decide to hold his shares, one can decide to have money. So where do you have money? If you own a private business, the business must die. But if it is quoted, go to the market, sell your own, others will buy, and those who decided to hold will hold. Today, if you go to the developed country, you see generation upon generation are inheriting from their grandfather because their company are quoted. I advise Nigerian, please, we have many good companies. Today they are not listed. They should be listed. Where is Gulu? Where is Channel Television? We have many of them. So please get listed so that you are allowed, even your children, those who decided to ventilate in the market, get the way to get out of their money. Those who want to be there,
you
yes.
You mentioned a television station now. I'm not going to repeat it, okay? But the one that we could use as example is listed in the market shortly before we came on air now. You and I were biting our fingers.
You see, the truth of the matter that all hands are not equals. All hands are not equal. But we are saying that get them listed. Even if you are bad, somebody will come and turn it around. We have seen a bad company turn into good. And as long as they are living, somebody can inject money and transform it into something else. So we want it to be quoted. We want many of our individual ownership. Please, don't own it alone. Get to the market. The market will give you the room for that. That is one.
Okay.
Two, a responsible father should buy shares for his children. What we spend for celebrating of the coming of the child, why don't you celebrate half of it? Half of it invest in shares. The shares that you invest for a child today is enough to take him up to university. Nestle Food was trading 10 naira in 2000. Today is 1,400. Assuming you invested just 10,000 to own 1,000, today you will have 1,500. And that is more than 2.5 million. Is that not a wise investment? Father should be responsible. Try to invest part of your money to your children. The market allowed it. Even now, they don't need to have BBN. We can write them on the BBN of their mother or the BBN of their father to open the account for the kids. Buy shares for them, keep for them. It's enough to get. Instead of waiting for all this trap, you send your child to the private university, he finished before you know it. So I advise fathers should be responsible and do that. Coming to the market. There is a popular saying, sell in May and buy in August. This is what is repeating. In most cases, the market result comes earlier by March, by April. And most of the declaration of the dividend will push the market up, especially in May and early June. So wise people do take their money. We are not surprised when we see the market is coming down now for the 2 consecutive weeks. Next week will not be different. By 20th June, there is 75 billion bond, 3 times issued by the DMO for resale. one of them is 13.5%, one of them is 13. Even though the rates are below the inflation, but for the serious investors, they see that it's a good return. And therefore, we are likely going to see more decline in the next week. However, by the offer we expect corrections. Because when the market go down, I have a stock today with me that even the dividend will give you 15%. So why don't you take position? Aside the price appreciation, and come and see, before December the price will appreciate. The dividend will be 15%. So why don't you take position? When the market is going down, that is the right time to take position, not when it is going up. Because you continue pursuing that shadow. You see it today 13, you pursue it tomorrow is 14. Before you got it, it reached 15, 16.
Okay, Malam, we'll come to that. It is not just a blanket statement. Take position. Take position in what? Aruna, let me show you some of this data that we've got here. Looking at gainers, last week, like I did say, only 13 equities moved, out of which we're able to capture 10 of them here. And if you look at all these first 10 gainers, aside from UACN, that is selling above 10 naira, it closed last Friday at 11 naira 50 kobo. All others were low price stocks, and the percentage gains were also low. The remaining three were Nigerian Breweries, Unilever, and Sky Aviation. Please keep the gainers chart on the screen. And they all made less than 1% gains. Talking about the three which gained and we couldn't capture because of space. Now let's go to the losers chart. You will see that there were over 50 equities that lost. And looking at those we have been able to capture only 10. Please bring retain the losers chart here. So now, most of the good stocks that we really can say are making the market currently are on the losers chart. And as a matter of fact, significantly, I need to say this so that you can respond well to this question. Significantly, some of them we cannot capture because of space. They are actually coming to their lowest price in the year. Of course, some are still trying to remain strong in between their highest point of the year and their lowest point of the year. But as we speak, there are only few equities that are selling at their highest level in the year. I give you example. The Better Glass we are talking about is selling at almost, it led the market last week, it is currently selling at about the lowest level in the year. Livestock, which came second, is selling at their lowest level in the year. I come to some other big names in the market, like FBNH. FBNH, the highest it got to this year was 12 naira 40 kobo. The lowest it got to was 9 naira 40 kobo. As we speak, FBNH is around 9 naira 70 kobo. If it should lose in this coming week, it will definitely be hitting its lowest level in the year. MTN, some of the major shakers and movers in the market, got to a price of 270 naira, highest level. It got to a low of 185 naira. As we speak now, it is hovering around 221. Airtel was 1,769, highest point in the year. Got to low 955. It is still selling at 1,745 naira. One of those equities that are trying to remain strong. UBA, the highest it got to so far this year was 8 naira 85 kobo. All right, the list was 7 naira 50 kobo. As we speak, as at last Friday, UBA was already 7 naira 50 kobo. If UBA does not move this week we are in, it will definitely be selling lower than its lowest in the year. Zenith got to a highest of 27 naira 50 kobo. It came to as low as 21 naira 25 kobo. As we speak today, Zenith is selling at 21 naira 40 kobo. If Zenith should lose only one day or two in the course of this week, Zenith will be hitting the lowest level of the year, Bua Foods. All right, in the same capacity, Access Corp got to 10 naira 60 kobo. All right, the least we saw it was 9 naira 25 kobo. As at Friday, Access was selling at 9 naira 30 kobo. Nestle was 1,556 naira 50 kobo, highest level, and then it got to the low of 1,395 naira. If Nestle should lose from the 1,400, because there is only a variance, a difference of 5 naira between the highest and the lowest, it will definitely be selling at its lowest price in the year. I come to Okomu. Aruna, sorry, I just need to say this out. Unfortunately, I couldn't give you in charts because I don't want to bombard you with charts, and that is why I will always advise go on our YouTube channel. Go there now, because you can get to repeat and watch again as many times as you like this particular episode, so that you can understand all I'm trying to say. Go to Stocks Watch now on your YouTube, STOCKSWATCH, Stocks Watch, and subscribe right away, and then watch at your convenient time. Okay, Okomu Oil, the highest we saw it was 215 naira. The lowest was 127 naira, 80 kobo thereabout. It has come to 193 naira, 50 kobo. It is in between. And then the Bua Food I talked about the other time. The highest we saw it the year was 66 naira. The least now that we are seeing it is 55 naira. Haruna, seeing this, how do I position myself? You see, the information we should give to the people is not that this is the time to position. Yes, we know this is the time to position. But how do I position? In what equities do I position? How long will this positioning take me before I can be sure of profit?
I think we have actually taken time to explain why, especially this time between June and July, when we begin to see quarter two. Not only that, we have seen that what is happening in the world taking toll not only in the Nigeria market, because as at last Friday, the only market that was not down was the Ghana and London Stock Exchange. With that at its main,
Nigeria.
so what we should be looking at
last week. Nigeria was down. Sorry, Nigeria was down last week.
No, I'm talking year to date.
Okay, year to date.
The information we should be looking at are those stocks, especially if you ask me, the information telecommunication. Because why? Because even as we are here, we are using data. Because tell me any person out there that is carry handset without buy data, even if it's for daily data, it put money in the pocket of the information technology company. And then again, it's agriculture. I was telling somebody that, look, why will I not?
Wait, Aruna.
Okay.
When he said telecommunication, there are two companies that are listed in that subsector of the market, MTN Nigeria and Airtel Africa. In other words, you are recommending, though their prices are so high, you are recommending that they are such that one could take position in right away.
What you have just read is that their prices are coming back to their 52-week low. And because we know in the stock market, whatever goes down must come up. By the time we begin to see their quarter two, and there's always a
You see,
trigger.
Aruna, I don't want to stretch that. That again, if you apply it to insurance equity, you will nullify that. But you have talked about agriculture. Let's just continue
Like
from
I
there.
was telling somebody, we have seen the outcry against the price of diesel. But if you ask me, in between Okomu and Fresco, they don't need diesel to run their farm. The only thing they need diesel so is to use their truck to go and bring the pass fraud. And I don't believe they don't run their company all through the year. But they only operate their company when they want to extract the oil. So it's another good place. And you look at cement. Like we know that cement have zero elasticity of demand, because if you need to build 2 rooms, even if cement is 5,000 per one or 8,000 per one, we still buy the number of and
But
cement.
at least a little proportion. I think gypsum also, I don't know, as content of their raw material is imported.
No, gypsum, we have gypsum in Nigeria.
What I'm able
Most
saying,
of this cement industry, they use gypsum in Nigeria because to import it costs them. The problem of cement is that we are facing rainy season. So naturally, when the rain started falling across the nation, the demand for cement go down. Because you cannot construct when it is rainy, you can only manage. So you will see that the demand for cement will go down up to September.
But that one has got
Thereafter,
to do anything with their prices.
no, it will, because you see, the truth of the matter that the second quarter result will be fantastic, but the third quarter will not.
Okay.
And you will see the price going down.
Malam, I'm coming back to you. Conclude what you're saying.
oil and gas, especially those that have the upstream, because the more, not the marketers will be a little bit affected, maybe because of subsidies and the rest.
How many of such do we have listed in the market?
We have Seplat, even if it's Seplat that you are visited in, because the more this issue that is in the world, the higher the price of a barrel, the better for their accounts.
Okay, Malam.
Even the breweries.
The breweries.
Yes.
Why the breweries?
Guinness and Nigeria
Okay,
breweries.
tell me why. Because basically, breweries is a transportation business. I've taken this against the management of Nigerian breweries times back. Their cost on logistics is huge.
But can I tell you one thing?
And two, if you look at some of their raw materials, they are also imported. That is the gospel truth.
These ones I'm talking about, it's not as if their price is not going to go up, but I'm looking at the elasticity of their demand. Will somebody go and buy half a bottle of beer because it doesn't have the money for food?
But if that is what we are looking at, let us look at those of us on this table. Malam doesn't drink. You don't drink.
You see, the truth of the matter is that when the chips are down,
yes,
even the brewery take less because you want to eat. If you look at it, the poverty is increasing. And when the poverty is increasing, entertainment go low.
That's
and therefore, that is why, like flour mill, like baby food, it's a must.
But
people must buy this.
Like those you have just mentioned. I'm surprised none of you is mentioning healthcare, because no matter how poor somebody is, nobody wants anybody to die. During COVID, they are making money. No matter how high the cost of healthcare might be, these companies that are operating in that subsector stand to make money, and their products have inelastic demand.
No, you see, the truth of the matter that when the market is going down, people doesn't look at the result. Last week, CFE declared their result. Turnover increased by about 100%. Profit increased by more than 75%. CFEL. It's a faint. People are painting their houses. And there is more demand in estate. But to my surprise, these stock go to the lowest level of 18 naira, which it has never been throughout last year. So people should not be carried away by the market law. Take position. A stock that has turnover increased by 100%, profit by 75%, and you are still going to the lowest level.
Let me write.
Yes.
Let me write. You are saying take position.
Yes.
Take position
yes.
in what equity? Let
take
us
position
them.
In CAPL.
CAP.
Take position in MTN.
MTN.
Take position in Zenith.
Zenith.
Even the JETCO, I will say take position.
GTCO.
Because, yes, GTB Bank. Because when you look at
GTCO
where
is selling at almost its lowest in the
that
year.
is why I say take position, because give and take, this stock will give you a minimum of 3 naira. 3 naira over 20 naira is 15%, apart from the price appreciation. And this is certain. No doubt over it.
But the
where
MTN you
will
are
you-
telling me to take position in, I know that the lower the price of Zenith, the better for me because of what the earnings are saying. The lower the price of Access, the better for me because of what the earnings are saying. The lower the price of GTCO, the better for me because of what the earnings are saying. The lower the price of UBA for me, the better because of what the earnings are saying.
Let me
But MTN, the Seplat, the Airtel, their earnings and their prices are not.
You see,
To be
we
considered.
look at the gross. Two things happened to MTN. CBN give them full approval for money. We have not seen the outcome.
But
Where it
no,
is
we have
working
seen
in
the
Kenya,
outcome.
Go to Kenya, go to South
Malam,
Africa.
we
you
saw
see
the outcome.
their
I just
gross earning
decided.
increase.
I just
We have not
decided.
seen their result for the second quarter. So where
have
is the outcome?
We have it in the media that when they are trying to operate as a bank, as we speak now, they made the mistake. They are currently trying to prevail on the central bank to probably prevail on the commercial banks to send some of the money they have. I just decided
No,
to
let
look
me
away
tell you.
from
You
that.
see, the truth of the matter that this should never scare you. They are successful in Kenya. They are successful in South Africa. Whatever the bottleneck in Nigeria, they will overcome it. Today, I know half of the local government in Nigeria, they don't have bank. But they have MTN. All they have to do, the agents sell the data, sell the credit, take the money, give it to A. And they will do it. Look, all challenge. When you started anything, you get challenged, but it will just only ginger you to overcome it. That is certain. And MTN will be a just history.
Now,
They will come. Whose bank or that bank, they are more penetrated across the nation than the banks.
Aruna, are you telling me from what the two of you are saying, you seem to have divergent opinion with me? Now, my opinion is this.
No, let me. We don't. The only thing is that
I've not
the
even-
recommendation. I know where the recommendation.
Okay, where am
we are
I going?
making
First
here,
of all, say where I'm going.
that is leaning on the elite.
Yes.
I know, but what we are saying,
You are a prophet.
the divergence we have here, we are. I believe that the people that are watching here are not only the elite, are not only the retail investors. I was talking. I have a list here. You took it from me from breweries.
Oh yeah,
I've not gotten
continue.
the only thing I will just lend voice to what you talk about the pharmaceuticals, because actually you were right. Because I remember even in my time there was a time I broke my waist and I needed to eat, but I have to concentrate more on the waist that I broke, because I have to, first of all, I have to be healthy before I can eat. So yes, May and Baker and Fitzy are a little bit cheaper and more or less far cheaper than MTN and Airtel Africa, but we are not talking to the same people. There is somebody who can buy like 100,000 units of Airtel. There are people that they can only take position in either May and Baker and Fitzy.
Okay.
Not only that one. You see, the market, the in-depthness of the market matters. Give any broker 500 million. Ask him to go and buy Fixing or Me and Baker. It will move by more than 100% because it's not available. But if you give me 1 billion today, you say buy MTN, I will finish it within 2 days.
Malam, it is
Because
not
the
all
market is
about
there.
the
So
depth
the
you are talking
in-depthness
about.
of the
It
market
is what
also
you stand
matters.
to
And
get
the liquidity.
here.
You can gain even the other one, because today, by the time they start going into 5G, everybody will go to them. Trust Nigerians.
So
And by the time they buy
as
data, you
if
see the result.
It is only one. See, you are talking as if running or managing a business is only one-legged thing. There are two legs here. You are talking about 5G. You are talking about what these institutions can make, what they can generate. In the factory, I do tell the people I work with every time. You see sales But are you considering the cost? You are talking as if
No,
the
telecom.
installation of this 5G will come to them in the industry. This industry has the lowest rate of sustaining new technology.
But-
because as a new technology is being developed and being deployed, so a new one, newer is being developed. So they are always in need of money to
Agreed.
become updated.
Agreed.
So you are looking at
No,
what
but
they stand to
agreed.
make.
I look
but
at the other
not-
side. Today,
Yes,
we are
sir.
all using telecom.
Yes.
Do you know what rate they are charging you? You don't know. They are buying diesel at 800 naira. No, any of their stations stop watching. Because they pass the cost to you and you take it, they will say add one more card. You don't know how they charge you. Add one more card. You cannot argue. You go
Malam,
and buy one more card.
Malam,
and
I know
add.
how they charge
So they
me.
push the cost.
No, I know how they charge me. You know, I try as much as possible to also beat them. As I'm talking now, on my phone, I used to. When I use this one and I say it is becoming too costly, I can tell you now I don't want to demarcate any telecommunication
But what I'm
outlet.
telling you,
I know
your
the one with the
your
highest.
type are less than
I know the one-
5%. 95% they don't even know what they were charging
But-
them.
but
they are
no,
only asking them to
let me
add one
also
more
tell
card,
you this.
and they add.
Let me also tell you this. The people I work with will see that I can afford to stay long on telephone, but they do not know my secret. In one of the SIMs that I use, immediately I buy their, what do? There is a code, you multiply it by 4. So with that, I can speak and speak for almost 2 days. So they have cost. Because again, they need, this one we are saying, I know people that in a week, in 2 weeks, they don't even buy credit. There is no way they will not be affected. That is the truth. But like in my opinion that I was trying to express, what it seems you are trying to say is that when you are sensing a low market as this, what you do is to refurbish, replan your portfolio and go rejig to defensive stocks. Because with what you are telling us, that is where the security is. But in Abionomics, in the long run, the price of earnings and the price of a stock and its earnings, they will move commensurately. So my own observation, my own opinion is what should determine the equity that I will be taking position in are the earnings that will be coming, the earnings that I can foresee, not necessarily the price. In other words, if I go to take position in companies with improving earnings and the price is coming down, that becomes excellent hold for me. And for as long as the earnings continue to improve and the price continues to come down, I continue to buy more. That is my opinion.
Well,
and not necessarily all these
You are very
defensive
correct.
stock.
You are very correct. But what I will advise to the investors, even at that context, please try to do stages improvement.
Okay.
Because what we are saying that buy today,
Yeah.
buy tomorrow, because by the time this stock reaches the bottom line, you will not see it. Everybody will say until it will go low. Who will tell you the lowest price it will reach? By the time it reaches the lowest price, you are there and the quantity is not available. So you start pursuing the high rising price.
Okay,
At the end of the day, you buy it higher than what it
let me
is.
now put this question to you. Our time is fast spent though, but I'm satisfied. We will only do the manufacturing earnings forecast. Aruna, maybe I put it to you first. This lot we are saying. Let us assume that I'm lucky to now get into Zenith at its year's lowest, or get to GTCO at its year's lowest. When are you likely foreseeing a time such as I can begin to say I'm in profit?
You see, what we have always advised, especially you've talked about the 52-week low. Yes, a stock can repeat a 52-week low and can even go less than that. But the question is that it cannot fall as much as where it is coming from. The worst that would have happened, maybe another 5%, another 10%. But if you want to wait until it touches its bottom out price, you may not know because the market will not inform you. You can trade 21 naira today. By the time you come to the market, it has reversed and it becomes to.
We have to go on a short break. It's explosive, I told you. It is explosive, but we have less than 20 minutes to go. We have to go on a short break. Take this message from African Alliance and please go to visit them and say that you knew them through me, okay? And we will be right back. And when we return, we'll be looking at manufacturing subsector. About 12 of them looking at the earnings forecast. You cannot get it better elsewhere. We will be right back.
Hi, girls.
Hey. Hello, Sheila. Come right in. We've been waiting.
It's amazing in here, Martha. You've done so much for yourself.
Thank you so much, Sheila. Did she tell you she'll be getting her doctorate degree in a couple of weeks?
Really? Yeah. Congratulations, girl.
Thank you. So, to more successes, girl.
Yeah. Cheers. Wow, it's amazing what you and your brothers have achieved in the past 15 years, despite mom and dad being absent. All four of you are so stable, and you've achieved so much.
Thank you so much, girls. Life may have dealt us an unexpected blow early in our lives, but Dad and Mom set us on a safe path to where we are today. They secured our future with life insurance from African Alliance Insurance PLC. We are not alone. All our life moments are kept on check with AAI.
Wow, yeah. This sounds so good, Amaka. Please, show us how. Of course.
Get life insurance from African Alliance Insurance PLC. There's a plan to suit you and your family's needs.